What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. So just wanted to talk a little bit about so far with my YouTube channel, my experience on what that is like for me. It may not be a big topic for a lot of people, but you know, I'm finding out having a YouTube channel, it takes a lot of work. You know, it takes a lot of patience. Yeah, there's a lot to it. You have to really dedicate yourself to putting out videos consistently. Like, the way I understand it, you know, you're supposed to put out between 1 and 2 videos per week. And, you know, like with my job, you know, I travel all the time. And it takes up a good part of my whole entire day. A lot of times I'm not getting home until late in the afternoon, early evenings. So that kind of limits the kind of time that I have for putting things out. So I do the best I can with that. I've just noticed that you have to make sure you're putting out the right material, the things that people want to see. And you know, I see a lot of YouTube channels, and you know, most of those channels are people doing things that I would probably never do, like eating certain foods, or challenges, food challenges, things like that, pranks. You know, I'm basically, my channel is, I have a variety of different things that I talk about, or if I have the footage, like when I went to the Philippines, I got a ton of footage in the Philippines, and I put out a whole bunch of videos on the Philippines. So what I'm finding is, if your channel is not based on one particular thing, and what I mean by that is, if like you have a channel on gaming, then your channel is going to be about different games, and you know, there's a lot of channels where you actually watch people play these games. That channel is based on one particular thing, and that is games. With me, it's not like that, y'all. I'm pretty much all over the place. You know, I try to talk about things that are important. You know, my wife and I, my wife is a Filipino, so we were going through the fiance visa, the different steps on you know, becoming a citizen here in the United States. So, you know, I put out a few videos on that. Maybe, you know, it's possible it could help somebody. But I'm finding that it is a struggle. It really is. When your channel is not based on one particular thing, it's a struggle to try to come up with different ideas, or you know, like, what should I do a video on next? You know, now I know that a lot of my videos are really, they're not that great. You know, people don't really want to you know, people don't want to hear about me retiring in the Philippines. You know what I'm saying? But I just put anything out there. Anything that I think about, I'm going to do a video on it. Like right now, I'm doing it on my experience with my YouTube channel. I've had my channel now, it hasn't been a full year yet. I got almost 200 videos, and it still isn't where it's supposed to be. But I'm also learning that you have got to be patient with it. You have to wait it out. You never know. It may be the next video that I do that gets a ton of hits. You know, my videos don't really get that many hits, and that's okay with me. You know, I'm not looking for anything to go viral. I'm not looking for a channel that's going to explode. You know, that would be awesome, but you know, you have to turn that into your full-time job. And I just don't have the time to put in for it to become a full-time thing. These are some of the things that I have learned the whole time I've been doing these videos. Some of the other things that I know is, you know, most of my videos that I make, I use the editing through YouTube, and it's very easy to use. I really like using it, and I make it very simple. I have an intro to the video and I have an outro at the end of the video, and I may even throw in a text here and there, and that's about it. That's really all I use. Excuse me. I see a lot of people putting a lot of time, a lot of effort into making these videos, and well, they must not have full-time jobs, or they must not work, because I don't know how you would have that kind of time to just sit and edit all these videos. So I try to make mine very simple. I know people that do videos that don't do any editing at all. They just throw it on. They just throw it out there. There's other things with YouTube that I have experienced that I wasn't aware of, and that was the you know, this was something that I was unaware of. Like, I had a video, I went to this air show, and while the planes were up flying around, they had music playing in the background. Well, what I didn't know was a lot of that music is copyrighted, which means you don't have the permission to use it on a video. Well, I wasn't even thinking of that. So the result of that was my video was shut down because I had copyrighted material that the owners of that music says absolutely not, you cannot use this music in your video. Well, I wasn't trying to use any music in the video. It was just that they were playing this music in the background. So it's little things like that that you learn as you go. So you either have to go back into the video, try to edit out, you know, where the music is, or replace it, the whole video, with just music. And I don't, you know, me personally, I don't know enough about editing to really get involved with the, I'm sure there's a way that you can remove the music, but I'm not there with editing yet. So anyhow, my channel has almost 5,000 views. Now that is 5,000 views in under 1 year. That is really, in my opinion, not that good. Which is another topic I wanted to bring up, was when you're putting videos out and you're not really getting hits on them, you know, there's a reason for that, and that is either the material you're putting out is pretty boring, or they have what's called tags. Tags are used to finding, like if I have a video on the Philippines and somebody wants to know more about the Philippines, you put a tag on that video so that when they type in on Google, let's say, they type in Philippines, hopefully my video will pop up. Those tags are very, very important on helping to get recognized with your videos. The other thing too, is to my understanding, is in the comment section about the video, or leaving comments, give a description of the video. That is also very important, to give a good description as to what the video is about, you know. And this was one of the biggest things that I have learned, and that was when you have a YouTube channel, you want to have a catchy name to your title. You want to have it titled something that is going to catch either the eye of people, catch their eye on it, or you know, that is also something that I have learned, that it can be very frustrating trying to come up with the proper name for your channel. I have gone through 2 different names now, and I'm currently on this last one that I just put out, which is Williams GoPro 4 Videos. And I put that on there only because all my videos are shot with the GoPro 4. I absolutely love this camera. I think it does an awesome job. It has beautiful picture. So I named my channel that. So that's where the patience comes in now. You have to wait it out and see what happens. Are you going to start getting more hits on your channel, or are you going to remain either where you were before or much worse? So that's kind of like where it's at. That's been my experience so far with YouTube. I'm just basically saying, listen, if you're going to start a YouTube channel, make sure that you know all the facts, know exactly what kind of channel you're putting out there, and just do the very best you can with putting out good quality videos that people are going to watch. That's the best advice I can give. Like I said, I am basically oh, that was a big bump. I am like a sophomore to YouTube. I don't know enough really about it yet. You know, like I said, I just don't have the time to spend on, you know, you watch some of these videos from some of these channels, and I mean, they literally put in a lot of time. You know, you got to have proper lighting and things like that if you want it to be right. So, but I also know people in the Philippines that have a channel that don't use any of that. Okay, they use the sun. That's all the lighting that they need. So you really don't even have to go out and buy all this equipment. But just saying, y'all, just try to get as much information about it as you possibly can. That way, hopefully, you going into it could be much more successful with your channel than what I have been. I'm just going to continue putting videos out, and who knows, maybe one of these days, one of my videos will take off, or I'll start receiving a bunch of hits on my channel that, you know, before, I guess I should share that with you. Before, I was getting pretty close to about 100 hits about every 48 hours, because that's what happens with YouTube. It updates your channel about every 48 hours. And the way it stands right now, when I was at close to 100 before, I'm now down to about 30. So with me changing the name of my channel, and there is actually something else that I left out that's very, very, very important. You have to use social media to get your information out there, to advertise your channel, which is like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you know, all those social networking apps. You have to use that to get a lot of your information out there. So I wish and hope yous all the luck. I hope that if you're going to start a YouTube channel, that it is successful, and best of luck to you. Just wanted to share my experience with YouTube, and I'm just gonna keep going like I always have. Like I've always said, y'all, just keep it real and love the ones that you're with.